What's up, y'all? What up? 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 Shout out to everybody, no matter what platform you're watching me from. We gonna get this party back started a little bit. As y'all see, I'm on multiples. So let's dig into it, y'all. Hold on one second. Hopefully everybody can get into the live. Happy Thursday or Friday, Junior, to all y'all youngsters up in here. What up? 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 Look, y'all. If you haven't figured it out, y'all, we live on multiple platforms. I go by Zabo103. Thank you for the gifts. Shout out to everybody for joining. A little bit different here. So let's just start it off this way. If you're new to my live, no matter what platform you on, put a one in the chat. Put a one in the chat if you're new to my live. If you're new to my lives, put a one in the chat. Ton of ones over here. Tons of ones there. Shout out to this platform. Got a one there. Got a one there. Shout out to all the new people in my live. All my day one people that's been on my live for a whole bunch of times. Put some twos in the chat. Shout out to y'all. Appreciate the loves. Look, y'all, I go by Zabo103. I'm the dude that get on these live platforms and information that you would normally pay for. If I know it, you're getting it for free. Now let me say this, because I've been told that I need to probably do things a little bit different on a live platform, because we do have people sometimes that be spazzing out on me for giving out information that they don't really want me to give out. So let me just say this. First thing first, I am not a financial advisor, and the information that I give you on these live platforms is not financial advice. Just so we clear. I did work at Bank of America for 20 years as an executive without a college degree, but I was not a wealth manager. And this is not how to build generational wealth, people. I literally get on these live to provoke thought. I think a lot of times people, they hop on my live and they're looking for all the answers about their life. And that's cool if that's what you're doing, I guess, right? But the reality of it is, if you are a person that's going to take a little bit of time to think about what it is that you want to do, willing to do the research on how to make these things happen and take some action, you probably can accomplish some things in real time, people. There are going to be a lot of things that are going to come across your social media feeds, the radio feeds, TV feeds, whatever it is, that's going to inspire you to do certain things. As a grown adult, you have all the autonomy in the world to do whatever it is you want to do. Hopefully that makes sense. I think that most people, they will try to figure out what's the least amount of resistance they can take to accomplish what they want to accomplish before they even get started. And that's a good thing to do, right? But at the same time, you're stuck in a world of procrastinating. So let me say this for all my newbies that are on my live. If you're new here, somebody sent it to you, told you should come check me out. You've heard about it 100 different times. You said, fine, let me get a chance to see what this dude be talking about. My only ask for y'all is to do your research. Do your research. Research. Fact check everything you can fact check. It just is what it is, y'all. Because when you make a decision to do something, the only person that has to live with the results is you. No one else. So if you take the time to do your research, And if you take the time to make a decision to make something happen, the only person that you can be upset about or hold accountable is yourself. I needed to get that out the way before we got started, y'all. Shout out to everybody on the live. A lot of people try to look for people with a whole bunch of different credentials. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I ain't got no credentials. I'm just a dude that was trying to figure things out. I got sick and tired of being sick and tired of being in the same rat race, going to work every single day, Monday through Friday. I got sick and tired of I gotta plan some form of a vacation with my wife or my family, and I had to make sure my wife was able to get off work. I had to make sure I was able to get off work around the same time. Make sure we can align our vacation time up together and put it in ahead of time so they can find somebody else to cover my wife's shift, or one of my peers can cover my units. I got tired of it, y'all. I got sick and tired of fighting for other people's last name. Sick and tired of it. And one of the things that I realized very early on, right, on taking steps to get out of my rat race, it wasn't about me being scared. I figured out how to be unscared a long time ago in my life. When I was growing up, going through the different things that I hadn't been through in my life. You know, y'all have heard the story. Coming up through the streets. You know, everybody tell you they the toughest persons in the street when they were growing up. I wasn't the toughest person in the street, but I was no pushover. I had people I would shy away from because I ain't want no smoke. But if I got backed into a corner, they were gonna get what they were asking for, right? I wasn't the toughest cat in the street, not even close. I went out there doing illegal things like all the people that's from the street say they were doing, when 99% of them people weren't doing it all. I wasn't that type of person. But I did experience those similar things that most people that walked that path did. That was fear. Me going out starting a business, me going out taking risks. That was not fear to me. None of this stuff that I talk about is fear, because the reality of it is I've seen real fear. I'm sure most of you all have saw real fear. Whether or not you're going to be able to make money or not, you've proven throughout your lifetime that you're going to figure out how to generate some form of money. So today, let me say this. If you are one of those individuals that are so afraid to get out there and do something, you're just going to stay in the same rat race forever. There's nothing that I can say or anybody can say to you that will ever change your mind on that. It just is what it is. What I will tell you is, if you do take a chance to go out there and do these different things, you only need to get wealthy once. I'm going to say that again. Notice I didn't say rich. You only need to get wealthy once. Imagine if you take that one shot that you got, or two shots, or three shots, or 10, or 100, and you get wealthy. The third time you take a shot, you only got to get wealthy once. Because once you become wealthy one time, boys and girls, guess what? You know how to do it. And when you understand how to do it, guess what happened, y'all? I'm just going to be honest with you. You can't unlearn it. It don't matter where you're starting from. You could be starting from zero all over again. Nothing stops you. Think about that for a second. Think about that. Nope, I just give out information. That's it. The question that I got asked is, do I help people with the stuff that I be giving out, or do I just give out information? I just give out information, period. And the reason why I only just give out information is because the one thing that I learned from myself, every time somebody tried to hold my hand and walk me through a process, it never stuck. It never stuck. Yeah, we did that yesterday, family. We're going to talk about that too in a minute. It never stuck, ever. But when I started doing my thinking and my research and taking action on the things that I had been researching and thinking about, that's when that stuff meant something and it stuck. Have you ever noticed when you really want to do something yourself and you put your mind to it, even if you don't know what's going on, family, even if you don't know what's going on, when you take the steps to do the things yourself, it's because you really want to do it and it sticks. Imagine when you were growing up and you very first learned how to ride a bike. When your parents or your older siblings were putting you on the bike every now and then and force you to do it, you were so afraid. Think about that. You were so afraid. But when you got on the bike and started doing it on your own for the most part, falling, all this other stuff, just kept trying to figure it out. You figured it out on your own. Why? Because you wanted to do it. What's the best thing to do with your money? To make money? We're going to talk about that. The very first thing you have to do is you have to realize is that step one, you got to realize money's not real, y'all. 100% without a doubt, money's not real. No matter how you look at it, no matter how you try to slice it and dice it, it's not real. Appreciate your family. Think about that. It's 100% not real. And that's the part that becomes scary. That's the part that becomes mind-blowing. So when you hear me say things like, last year I worked 57 hours for the full fiscal year of 2023, and I didn't have any money issues because I know money ain't real. This year, for the full fiscal year of 2024, I've worked 0 hour, and the goal is to work 0 hours this year because I understand money's not real. See, poor people believe that the primary use of money is to pay bills. That's what poor people think. Wealthy people understand the only purpose of money is to make money, boys and girls. It's the only use for money is to make money. That's it. One of the things that I started to realize as I was at Bank of America in my position, suited up, my Hugo Boss suits. I used to have a whole bunch of Hugo Boss suits. I still got them. I just don't wear them. All these big old Hugo Boss suits, pinstripe striping, fat boy ties, bow ties, all type of stuff, y'all. Sitting in my office. Office got a big old meeting table in my office. I can meet with probably 6 or 7 people in my office. Started to bring a little projector in because I had a little screen up there, so I would get up there and just show stuff on the projector. Think about what I'm saying. Say crypto is the best thing you have today for your money? Okay. No debate by me, family. Hope all is well with the family. Here's what I will tell you. I ain't investing in crypto. I haven't done it because I understand something a little bit different, y'all. I understand if I want to know something about money, boys and girls, there is nobody on this planet that know more about money than the banks. There's nobody on this planet that know more about money than the banks. That's just the truth, y'all. Now, you can debate anything you want to debate, but it ain't nobody on this planet that know more about money than the banks. Flat out. And that's the truth, y'all. Why is that? I'll explain. For all y'all good, clean people that's trying to build generational wealth, it ain't nobody that know more about building generational wealth than somebody that had wealth in their family for 200, 300, 400 years. It just is what it is, y'all. Now, I hear what a lot of people are saying, and I don't disagree. So let me ask y'all a question, because it looks like we got a lot of people in here that does crypto, and I get that sometimes, because I know when we start talking about money and stuff like that, the cryptocurrency people show up and they show out. Let me ask $1 million question, and it's just me, because I'm curious. I want to know. My day one people, y'all kind of bear with me. Y'all know where I'm about to go. For all of y'all that are telling me that crypto is the best way to go, answer this question for me. For the year of 2023, how much money have you made in cryptocurrency? I'm talking about pulled out to pay your bills. Don't tell me about the holding period that you're in, because of tax purposes at 37% or 10% or whatever it is. Forget that. How much money did you pull out for 2023? Your profits? None. So how did you pay your bills? How did you pay your bills? Did you have a job to pay your bills? If you had a job to pay your bills, what's the point of doing cryptocurrency? If I still got to work a job in order to pay my bills, what's the point of the cryptocurrency? Okay, let's ask another question. I understand a lot of people was holding for 2024 because they know that bull run was coming. I get it. How much money have you pulled out so far this year for 2024? Because you wanted to wait that year so you don't get hit with that, 37%. How much money have you pulled out this year? Or it's still in the holding period? Do you have to work this year in order to pay your bills outside of the cryptocurrency because you're still in the holding period? Just curious. This is the part that I want people to understand. I get it. This is the part that I want people to understand. I'm lazy. I don't like to work. Hence why I only worked 57 hours last year. Hence why I've worked 0 hours this year. Think about what I just said. I get it, family. But for those of you that are looking for a debate out of me today, you're not going to get one. The reason why you're not going to get one with me, because time and time again, whenever we go down this path about what's the best place to put your money, and when we get into this cryptocurrency world, people are very passionate about what they do, and I'm not upset about it. There's nothing wrong with that. But what I understand is I do what the banks do, and I do what the wealthy people do in real life, and I get real results. And I share on how you can do that for free, so you can get results in real life, not this mysterious thing that you think gonna happen. You have people telling me, I've been doing cryptocurrency for years, and the minute I ask them how much money they pull out, mum's the word. You know why mum's the word? Because there ain't no money that they making out of it. Now, you got some big dogs in cryptocurrency. I can guarantee you they not on my live talking to me. I bet you they not. And the reason why I know they're not, they're jacked in. That's the truth. I had a young man tell me that, man, last year for 2023, man, I pulled out 100 grand out of cryptocurrency. I started laughing because I'm saying to myself, I might know something different than you. I bought Bitcoin when it was $6,000 and I still got it today. I want to make sure people understand what I'm saying. What I'm talking about is not this nonsense that I pulled out 50 grand last year. The median income in the United States right now is $57,000 a year. If you worked all year and did Bitcoin or cryptocurrency and you pulled out $50,000, you could have got a job. The money that people talking about making in a year, I'm talking about making in a day. It's a very simple, it's just common sense. It blows my mind. Today is March the 14th, 2024. Now I'm gonna flex a little bit because I ain't doing no cryptocurrency. I don't want to debate with y'all. Y'all won. But I'll tell you this. I've already spent over 7 figures this year. I don't think people understand what I'm saying. I've already spent over 7 figures this year. I didn't say I made it. I said I spent it. We're not talking about the same things, y'all. And it's okay. The average person trying to figure out how to make 6 figures a year. That's what they're trying to figure out. And I'm here telling people, hey, congratulations, you're broke. If you make 100 grand a year, that magically 6 figures a year, it's $11.41 an hour before taxes. Don't be silly, y'all. We're not talking about the same thing. And no, we ain't talking about debt. Think. Well, money is debt, sure. But we're not talking about credit. Listen, y'all. When you know better, you do better. And I know we got a lot of newbies in here, so we're going to break this little process down. When I was at Bank of America, y'all, and I decided to leave Bank of America, I was generating 200 grand a year. I'm going to say it again for the people in the back. When I was at Bank of America, I was generating 200 grand a year, and I ain't have no college degree. You know how hard it is for a person that make that type of money on a job to leave that ain't super educated? Think about that for a second. You know how insane that is? I don't think people understand that. It's harder for you to leave a job the more money you make versus the less money you make, because you can replace that job making no money. I left Bank of America when I made my yearly salary in a month. I don't think people really truly understand that. And I put it out there purposely because I want people to understand that, hey, at some point you got to make this stuff happen. You got to make stuff happen. Think about that. You did what? That's scary. But you got to think about what I just said. Most people won't even begin to wrap their brain around that because they so caught up on these illusions. Y'all, ain't none of this stuff real. None of it. For almost 20 years of me being at the bank, everything these banks would tell me, everything these wealthy people would say, y'all, I would be out here doing it because they said it and they got to be right. The bank would tell me, put my money into their bank. The bank would tell me, go speak with that financial advisor. Go speak with that wealth manager. These wealth managers and these financial advisors will be telling me how to diversify my portfolio. That's my point, family. $22.82 an hour. And that was before taxes. Think about what I'm saying. And I was bragging about it. Bragging about it. It blew my mind, y'all. I would listen to these wealthy people and they would say, do what you love and just leave it there. Do what you love and just leave it there? Nah, I can't sell it to you. I'm just going to keep it. If it go to the moon, it go to the moon. We'll see what happens. Think about this for a second. These are the things that I used to wrap my... Listen, you couldn't tell me nothing about cryptocurrency back in 2015, 16, 17, 18. You couldn't tell me nothing about it. You just couldn't. It wasn't a real, listen, I'm in it. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I'm making stuff happen. I'm trying to figure it out. Then I realized something very, very powerful. I realized something so powerful It changed my family life forever. And it was scary, y'all. To the point where it wasn't scary because it was like, man, I finally figured it out. No, that wasn't the scary part. The scary part was how simple it was. How simple it is to become wealthy. It was the most simplest thing that So I stopped listening to what the bankers were saying, y'all. I stopped listening to what the wealthy people were saying, and I started doing what they do. I started doing what they do. Y'all know what it is that they do? The 2 P's, policies and properties. And before somebody jump all over me saying policies and properties, you talking about insurance policy becoming your own bank? You talking about real estate? No, that's not what I'm talking about. Not at all. I'm talking about something a little bit more deeper than that. A little bit more deeper than that. See, when I realized that the bank and the wealthy people had these two things in common, I started digging. I started digging. What's up, family? To the point of I wanted to know everything they was actually doing. Forget what they talking about. I want to see what they doing. And when I realized that these wealthy people and these banks, they are guru investors, like the real gurus, right? They invest their money in things they know they're going to get a guaranteed return on investment. So I started saying, what are these things? Like I started trying to piece it together. If there's everything that's not a guaranteed return on investment, I'm scratching off my list. I ain't doing that. Whatever these two entities doing, if it ain't giving me a guaranteed return on investment, I'm scratching it off the list. And that's what I was doing. I looked in the stock market, played, day trade, did all that stuff. It wasn't a guaranteed investment. Scratched it off the list. I looked back at cryptocurrency. It wasn't a guaranteed return on investment. Scratched it off. I don't care how many strategies you got. Scratched it out. I'm talking about guaranteed return on investments. I started looking at things like gold, precious metal, all that stuff. I had to scratch it off the list because I wasn't going to get a guaranteed return on my investment. It was crazy, y'all. And then I stumbled upon these whole life insurance policies. I stumbled upon land. It blew my mind. When I was looking at these whole life insurance policies, I said, wait, you telling me ain't nobody talking about this stuff? And when they are talking about it, they talking about some velocity banking, some infinity banking, where they spend their money to buy a car from their policy and pay themselves back with interest because they don't want to pay the bank an interest rate. That doesn't make no sense to me. Not all the way. Or they want to buy themselves a house that they got to live in to still work to pay it off. That make no sense to me either. It blew my mind, y'all. But I said to myself, wait, I can put my money into this whole life insurance policy, get compound interest on this money, tax free. I'm going to say that again for the people in the back. I can put my money into this whole life insurance policy, get compound interest on it, tax free. And if I do decide to take a loan off of it, it's tax free. And I'm paying myself back with interest. Uh-oh. The light started like ticking. I would tell people about just that simple side of the process first. And they will be like, man, what are you talking about? I said, well, I got to use common sense. When you go to the bank and you get on up into the bank, you go to that front door, you see the FDIC on it, the sign on the door. The plaque is on the branch manager desk. the personal banker desk, on the teller desk, on the financial advisor desk, on everybody desk, all the way through there. Think about what I just said. Look at the ones that have cash value, Pops. Look at the ones that have cash value. It blew my mind. And then it hit me. If I put my money in the bank, they're only insuring up to $250,000 of your money. Now that blew my mind. And I worked at the bank for 20 years. What does that mean? If I have my money in the bank and I got more than $250,000 in the bank and the bank go under for any reason, anything over $250,000, I'm gonna get that $250 and get an IOU from the rest. Their other money won't be accessible until the next bank buy them out. And they don't have a clue when that's gonna be. Imagine that. So why put my money in the bank that they got to put insurance on versus just going to get an insurance policy and all my money is insured? Think about what I just said. Why not go the route, just get all the money to be insured? Call it a day. Blew my mind. And then I got to thinking about all these saying that people talk about. Your health is your wealth. Nobody ever finished that conversation. I'm gonna say it was a conversation. Your health is your wealth. The healthier you are, the bigger the insurance policy you can get. Uh-oh. Nobody hears this stuff. But when I say things like, hey man, I walk around with a $10 million insurance policy on myself. I walk around with a $10 million insurance policy on myself. Can you afford to make a payment on a $10 million whole life insurance policy? I'll wait. I'll wait. Why people ain't talking about this stuff, y'all? They don't know. They have no clue. They don't understand. And the only thing I'm trying to get people to see is it's a big world out here, y'all. I ain't even got to the other part. That other part, which is properties, aka land. You telling me people don't understand the value of land? Land is the only thing on this planet that goes up in value and don't go up and down. Why land? They ain't making no more. You make money when you buy land, not when you sell it. Now, most people say, well, you're going to go get this land. What you going to do, build a property on it? You're going to build a house on it? Is that how you're going to make your money? I can make more money doing my stocks and my crypto. You have no clue how much money you make off of land. No clue. But let me give you an example, boys and girls. For those people that are working a 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, don't feel bad. You're not in the worst position. For those of you that have your own businesses, think you balling. You're not in the worst position. For those of you that are day trading, for those of you that are in cryptocurrency, y'all all in the same boat. Why? Because whether you work in a job, got your own business, day trading, crypto, whatever it is, you put your money in the bank when you finally take your money out. And you don't understand what's happening. So let me paint a picture for you, boys and girls. Let me paint a picture. Watch this. Tomorrow, my 9 to 5 people getting paid. How do I know that? One of my 8 trusted advisors going to call me like they're doing every Friday and ask me, do I need any capital? My business owners They get their accounts receivable. It's going into the bank every day, depending on how much business they're doing. My people that's actually day trading, you done kept that money in that account longer than 3 months. Because you trying to save for that long term. You want that 18%. My people that's doing that cryptocurrency, I know y'all gonna wait a year. Why you waiting a year? Why are you waiting a year? Because you don't want to get hit with that 35, 34%, depending on how much money you make. You have to make over $628,000 in a year to get hit with that 37% on the Fed side. Just a thought. Now, they can hit you with the capital part of it on the cryptocurrency, but that's another situation. That's between you and the IRS. But when y'all pull y'all money out, y'all putting it in the bank. There are people out there like me that understands the power of zero. When y'all money go in the bank and y'all bragging how much money y'all make with y'all crypto, with y'all day trading, with y'all businesses, with y'all job, y'all happy y'all got all this money in the bank. A person like me goes to the bank and asks for your money and the bank give it to me. Why? The bank is not a holding facility, boys and girls. It's a lending institution. I'm going to say it again for the people in the back. The bank is not a holding company. It's a lending institution. So when I go to the bank and ask for your money, they give it to me. They give it to me. And what do I do with your money when I get your money? I wish that was the case, family. What do I do with your money when I get your money? I go buy soap, toilet paper, bottled water, forks, napkins, spoons, pigs, chickens, cows, in bulk, and turn right back around and sell it right back to you using your own money 5 times what it's worth, y'all. Think about that. Think about that for a second. I take your money and go get all these different things in bulk and then turn right back around and sell it to you for 5 times what it's worth using your money. Nobody hears this stuff because they think the way that they make money is so significant than everybody else. You broke. You don't think you spending that money every day? You at the grocery store every month, every week, however often you go to the grocery store. What you buying from the grocery store? Let's go down the list. You buying your eggs, your bacon, your vegetables, your meats. You're buying water. You're buying sodas. You're buying toilet paper. You buy all this stuff from the store. Where you think this stuff is coming from? Somebody land. Because you make money when you buy land, not when you sell it. No one hears this stuff. And when I say this stuff, y'all, I'm not telling y'all what I think. I'm telling y'all what I do. It's a big world out here. I hope y'all paying attention. This is how this stuff works. But nobody hears this. So let me help y'all understand something real quick. Hold on one second. Let me help y'all understand something real quick. Last year, when we built out 100-acre pecan trees, we got 100 acres of pecan trees down here in South Georgia. When we built that 100 acres of pecan trees out, y'all, we ain't selling pecan pies. I'm going to say that again. I ain't going to go to what we're doing because I don't want to get in no trouble. We're not selling pecan pies. Next month, we'll begin our 3rd check. Uh-oh. What do you mean you making money off of pecan and you ain't selling pecan pie? No one hears this stuff. Yesterday, I didn't get an opportunity to go live because the person that I did the actual deal for came to the closing with me. We closed on 1,157 acres of land out in Mississippi. Hunting land, boys and girls. I didn't say nothing about 100 acres. I said 1,157 acres of land out in Mississippi. Hunting land, boys and girls. That put us at 1,399 acres of land that we own. Uh-oh. So when I hear people telling me this stuff about all these different ways they're making money, again, I didn't spent 7 figures this year already. Forget making 7 figures. I've spent it. Cash. Boys and girls. No one hears this stuff. No one hears this stuff. And I'm over here losing my mind. Listen, it's like you listen to somebody and you're losing brain cells listening to them because you understand you used to be them. And you know they ain't got a clue. You know they ain't got a clue. They don't even understand to begin with. But they'll tell you about the steak dinner they went and got from Ruth Chris. They'll tell you the steak dinner they went and got from Longhorn or from Stony River or whatever fancy restaurant you want to go to these days. Meanwhile, in a couple of weeks, I'll be attending a livestock auction. Hopefully, when we get to the livestock auction in a couple of weeks, I will be purchasing some livestock. The ones that I've been looking at, they've been averaging anywhere around 700 pounds to almost 900 pounds, averaging $200 for a whole freaking cow. You're paying $110 for your porterhouse steak. I'm gonna go get the whole cow for $200. You ain't making no money like that in real life. You just talking. You bragging about other people because you're assuming that they getting bread and you ain't got a clue because you ain't getting the result. Think about what I just said. They have livestock, boys and girls, auctions all over America. Multiple ones in your city right now, and you ain't never even heard of before. You ain't never even thought to even, is that an option? They selling whole goats for $80. I ain't gonna get me a whole goat for $80. I ain't gonna get me a whole 800-pound cow for $200. Less than a pair of joint, boys and girls. Less than a manicure, pedicure. No one hears this stuff because they have in their head that they got a better route. And I'm just here to tell you, y'all, it's a big world out here. It's a real big world out here, y'all. I will tell you, yesterday being out there, it made me think a little bit different about social media, y'all. It made me think a little bit different about social media. I was real hesitant about getting on because I'm the type of person that I just say what I mean and I mean what I say. And being out there was just like, whoa. This is a different world, y'all. It's a different world. To the point where I started saying to myself, I meet a lot of people that just be looking to debate. And I'm not a debater. I wasn't on the debate team in high school. I didn't go to college. You definitely smarter than me. 100%. I ain't no hard worker. I don't believe you work hard for what you want. I don't believe in that. I don't believe that, you got to grind your whole life so you can have everything you want. I don't believe that. I'm lazy. And I'm going to take the least resistant road as long as it's legal. You have people on these social media platforms beating people over the head trying to show them how to avoid paying their taxes. Y'all pay your taxes. Pay them. Pay them. Because the reality of it is, you don't understand the law. You don't understand the tax code at all. It's mind-boggling to me. I'll get people on my live debating on which one is better, LLCs or corporations. And I never answer the questions because it depends on your situation. You run around here happy you got a corporation. and you ain't even making $15,000 a year on your business. I'm going to say that again. Your business haven't generated $15,000 a year. You bragging about you got a corporation. People silly. Your business, you ain't sold the first item of your business yet. You just got this corporation saying, I got a corporation, but you ain't conducted no business yet. You ain't even got a business bank account yet. You're not in business, boys and girls. Think about what I'm saying. Take action with the things that you're talking about instead of just being ready to debate. It don't make sense, y'all. I ain't gonna use the other word. It don't make no sense. Let me say this. A lot of times I'll get on my live and I'll pull stuff out from what people say and I'll debate them and I'll go through the process of, debunking what they're talking about. I can't do that, y'all. Because people gonna believe what they want to believe and people gonna do what they want to do. And the only thing I would share with y'all is y'all got to get the same way if y'all trying to be on this path. Shout out to that. Congratulations. Here's what I'm going to say. As a person that has walked the walk, and I'm not perfect, I done had a whole bunch of losses. I know it does not benefit anyone just to be talking. So here's what I'm going to say to y'all. If you're one of those individuals that's truly ready to kick it into second gear and want to change your life, put a yes in the chat. All platforms. If you're ready to change your life right now today, put a yes in the chat. Let's see if you're ready. Got a bunch of yeses over here. What platform is that? I don't know what platform that is. I don't know what platform. A bunch of yeses over here. No yeses on this platform, but okay. Now, for those of you that haven't put a yes on the actual chat, I want y'all to stay at the know that you're at. Right? And I know why y'all didn't put a yes in the chat. Y'all didn't put a yes in the chat because y'all think, like most people think, that people are about to sell you something. So keep your nose where your nose are at. For all the people that said yes, here's what I want you to do. Here's what I want you to do. You can start screen recording right now if you want to, or not. It's also going up on YouTube at Zabo103, just FYI. So you'll be able to watch the replays. For all the people that said yes, here's what I want you to do. If you went to work today, I don't care if you work for yourself. I don't care if you work a job. I don't care if you just trade. I don't care what it is you do. I want you to calculate how much money you made today. Now, I'm not talking about if you're on a job, your hourly pay. I'm talking about how much money you made today physically. I'm not talking about how much money you took out in profits today, cryptocurrency people. I'm talking about how much money you made today. I want you to think about how much money you made today. That's what I want you to think about. You say you made no money today? You ain't got no job. No job. Y'all got a job. You retired, so you get a retirement check or something, right? If you get a retirement check, you still make money today. Take your retirement check that you make and divide it by 30 days. Not outside of work. No. I'm talking about for the people that own their own business. They own their own business or they trading. That's what they do. How much money they made. Now, I'm not talking about your hourly money you made. I'm talking about how much, if you work a job, how much money you made for your job today. Let me give you an example of what I mean. And I can do the math pretty quickly on some of the things. That's some of the things that I had to do when I was at Bank of America. Even if you got a job, you made money today. Let me give you an example because I think people missing it. How much money do y'all make in a year? And I'm going to show you how to calculate the money. How much money do y'all make in a year? Make 200,000 a year? Okay, cool. 106,000? Cool. 40K a year? Cool. 61,000, 132K a year, 57 a year, 125, 85 a year. Okay. 115. All right. Here's how the math break down. If you take your salary on what you make every single year, that's what you make for your job every 10 days. I'm going to say that again. Whatever your yearly salary is, if you're working, I'm not talking about if you got a business or trading, we'll get to that in a second. If you're working a job, whatever your yearly salary is, you're making that every 10 days minimally. You're making that for your job every 10 days minimally. Whatever you make in a year. So let me give you an example. If you make $100,000 a year, every 10 days, you're making $100,000. That's $10,000 every time you go to work. If you make less than that amount, you're going on some form of performance management if you have a job. And it's not because your job don't like you. They can't afford to pay you. Because your job ain't got no money other than the money that you give them. I want y'all to understand what I just said. So if you make $100,000 a year, you're making $100,000 every 10 days that you go to work. If you make less than that 100,000, you can make $99,000. You're going on performance management because you perform below the standard. I hope y'all picking this up. In most cases, it's way more money than that. When I was at Bank of America, I made a couple $100,000 a year. My goal was $720 million a year that the 459 people that I was responsible for directly and indirectly. I want y'all to think about that for a second. I want y'all to keep that in mind. So do the math on your own job. You don't understand? What's your yearly salary? What's your yearly salary? If you tell me your yearly salary, I'll break it down step by step for you. So you make $86,000 a year. That means on your job, every 10 days that you go to work, you're collecting, you're selling, you're generating $86,000 every 10 days on your job. That's about $8,600 a day. So $8,600, if you went to work today, that's how much you made for your job. By the end of the month, if you don't average out at $86,000 a week, you get it? You say, how? What type of work do you do? What type of work do you do? If you tell me what type of work you do, I'll show you how you're making money for your job. Even if you work for a nonprofit organization. What do you do in banking? Are you a teller? You're a security officer? You work in a warehouse? Okay, dope. How much inventory are you pushing through that warehouse every single day? How much inventory are you pushing out through that warehouse every single day? You're a forklift driver. That's even better. How much inventory are you pushing through that warehouse every single day? So if you're pushing a forklift, you push 1,000. If you make $86,000 a year, you're pushing at least $86,000 worth of inventory through that warehouse every single week. Now, keep in mind, y'all, I keep telling y'all, I was an executive at Bank of America for 20 years without a college degree. I saw the math firsthand. I can't make that up if I wanted to. That's the part that's scary, y'all. Watch this. Watch this. I'm going to show you how powerful this stuff is. Because remember, you said you want to change your life, right? Imagine you working in a warehouse, you pushing around $86,000 a year. I mean, you get $86,000 a year, you pushing around $86,000 a week, right? Now, you ain't got the money to go out there and buy a whole bunch of forklift services, 61, whatever it is. You ain't got enough money to go buy a whole bunch of forklifts, right? But you're forklift certified, right? You know what it takes to drive a forklift. What goes into you educating people to become forklift certified and charging these companies to get their employees certified? What happens if you start your own company making it happen? Now, would you be able to make, $86,000 a week doing that? You ain't gonna get that 100% right. You just not. Would you make $61,000 every 10 days? No, you're not gonna get it right. But if you do it for yourself, could you get it 10% right? If you got it just 10% right, if you generate $61,000 every 10 days and you got it 10% right, that sounds like, I don't know, 12,000, little bit, $12,300 every 2 weeks, every 10 days. Let's just call it 12 grand every 2 weeks. That's $24,000 a month. That's over $278,000 a year versus the $61,000 that you're making doing the same thing that you're doing now without doing the physical work. Because now you just getting people certified, and you charging these different companies to certify their people. The more companies you get, the more money you're gonna make, right? No one hears this stuff. So when I tell you, hey, you want to change your life? Do what you're doing for your job for yourself. You get it? Do what you're doing for your job for yourself. You're doing 80% of the business, boys and girls. The minute you start thinking, doing a little bit of research and taking action, this game over. What if you own a business? Because I know the business people, that don't apply to me. I'm doing what I need to do. You in the same boat. Why? Because you're trading time for money. You're trading time for money. 100% you're trading time for money. You ain't working 40 hours a week. You working 60, 70, 80 hours a week on your business. For what? I know you're a control freak. I get it. You work so hard to cultivate this business. You can't afford to hire nobody. You can't afford not to. Hire somebody. Hire some people so you can get your time back, so you can think about the next things you need to be doing, one with your business, or how to invest in other things so you can get the rolling for real. The key is time, y'all. It's not money. You get it? So if I got a business, say I got a convenience store, and that's what I got. What stops you from not only having your convenience store doing what you're doing? Think about that. Think about that for a second. Nothing stops you saying, all right, I got this business store. I'm doing all the things I need to do in my business. My business is doing okay. Do you own the building, or are you renting it? What stops you from owning the building as a business owner? You don't want to own the building because you don't want that type of situation. But that building ain't just got your store in it. It got another store next to it and another store. What happens if you own the store and you doing what you do in your store, but you own the building and you leasing the building out to other business owner? So now you just becoming a landlord. You find somebody that's looking to start getting into the convenience store business. They want to do it. They want to run it. They want to do what they got to do. They can't own it. But you can pay them a nice salary so they won't gyp you and do you wrong, right? And get paid for not being there. Now what you doing? You going to buy more buildings to do what? I'm going to put another convenience store over here, my own convenience store, because I know what to do. I'm going to hire some employees, and I'm going to lease out the other units. Think. What's up, Tony? Tony, I was talking about you the other day, family. We were, somebody was asking me, let me see something real quick, y'all. I don't know what happened over here. Something happened over here. It won't let me do nothing. What is going on? Come on, y'all. Refresh. Come on. All right, there we go. Something happened over here. But Tony, I was talking about you, Tony, and I was what is happening, y'all? It ain't letting me do it, y'all. I'm gonna have to log back on now. That's so weird. It got 5 seconds. 3, 2. Ugh. You got it. Copy. Hold on, y'all. Hold on a second, y'all. It kicked me out for whatever reason. They didn't like my answer. They didn't like my answer. But just, I know we got other platforms up. I got to get that other platform up. Yeah, you might have to log out and log back in. It kicked me for whatever reason. I'm not sure why. Set my sound up. Log out. And yeah, it kicked me out. I'm not sure what happened. But hopefully Tony will come back in. But I was talking to somebody about Tony, because I know Tony in the goat business right now. Goat meat, that is, y'all. Goat meat. And I had somebody, how you make money when you buy land and not when you sell? I said, man, goat meat is real. Ask Tony. So that was Tony that was just in the live. I don't know, maybe it sensed it and said, you got to go. But the point that I'm making is, y'all, going back to what I'm explaining, when you start doing what you're doing for your job, for yourself, it's game over, y'all. It's game over. From a business perspective, you just got to start multiplying yourself so you can get back your time. Because I promise you, going into business for yourself is amazing. 100%, y'all. It really is. It's a lot of hard work, dedication. You got to always be on your toes. You got to be ready to pivot whenever you need to pivot. But it's an amazing thing, y'all. It really is. But it gets more amazing when you're able to get your time back. And the only way you're going to get your time back is to replace yourself. So when you was at your job, you had to fire your boss, remember? On your business, you got to fire yourself. You get it? You're removing yourself out of the equation so that you can get your time back so you can start accomplishing other things. Think, y'all. Think. It's charging over here. That's how this stuff works, y'all. If you're day trading, if you in that cryptocurrency world, I'm not mad at you. I know right now y'all having a ball over there on that cryptocurrency right now with Bitcoin. Everybody excited about Bitcoin going to the moon. It's going to 100,000. And every time I ask one of them individuals that be so excited about Bitcoin going to 100,000, I ask them how many Bitcoins do they own, and they always tell me 0. Why you don't own no Bitcoin? I know there's other currency out there that you're doing that's getting you some money right now because there's some good eating over there right now, right? But why you don't own no Bitcoin? Interesting. What's up, family? So look, what you want to do is if you work in a job, you want to do what you do for your job for yourself, fire your boss. If you have your own business, you want to fire yourself and multiply yourself. If you're day trading, it seems amazing if you're just trading stocks. Hopefully you got that right. So what does that mean? If you're trading stocks, during the trading hours, you doing what you do. So you locked in for those hours. You still trading your time for money. If you trade in cryptocurrency, you can do that 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. You're locked in. You're still trading time for money. No one hears this stuff. So what I'm saying is start replacing yourself out of these equations and stop trading your time for money and just trade your money for time and go on about your business. So when I do things, that's what I do. I put my money into that policy. I know I'm going to get that guaranteed return on investment, regardless of the situation. If I leave this planet for any situation, the guaranteed head start on life is going to happen regardless, because there's a plan for that. If I put my money into land and I don't do nothing with the land, I don't build on it, I don't do nothing, it's guaranteed to only go up in value and not go up and down. So if I go buy some land tomorrow, I know if I don't do nothing to it, just let it sit, I know it's going up in value, regardless of what I do with it. Anything I do on it is money on top of that. It's a different world, y'all. The scary part about this is, unlike starting a business where you need a lot of resources, a lot of capital, unlike day trading where you need a lot of capital really to play, unlike cryptocurrency where you need a lot of capital to play. You can play with some small money in crypto, but you need money really to money in all those areas, y'all. And the stuff that I'm talking about, y'all, your regular income that you're getting right now today is more than enough. And it don't matter how much money you make. Think about that. Congratulations on the 11 acres. Oh, I didn't guide you. You went out there and did the research, family. You went out there and took action. Man, I love this stuff. Shout out to you, family. Shout out to you for going out there getting them 11 acres. That's all you, family. You spent time thinking, you spent time researching, and you spent time taking action. This is the reason why I get on these lives, y'all. To all the people think I'm trying to sell you something, I'm not. This is why I get on these lives. For that reason right there. Because I understand what you going out getting 11 acres right now, the stuff that you about to embark on are things I can't talk about on none of these social media platforms because they won't allow it. This is amazing. This is super amazing. And this is what I be talking about, y'all. When you have a lot of people out bragging about who they listen to and what they do and how they do it, and they not getting no results. I love when people go get results and it didn't cost them a dime. I love it. because it's amazing. Imagine we want the world to be a better place. Imagine if everybody in your community, whether you look like me or not, went out and started applying these different principles and these different things and started coming into their own wealth. Guess what they gonna do? They instantly gonna become better people. Think. Shout out to you, family. Listen, shout out to you. Congrats. This road ain't pretty. I will tell you that, but it's worth it. Ooh. And let me tell you a little something. I don't know if you got some agricultural land or not. If you do have agricultural land by any chance, if them 11 acres was agricultural land, see what your state minimum is for you to put it in conservation. There's no restriction. Oh, yeah. Go see if you can get that land in conservation. Go see if you can put that land in conservation. Go make that happen. Go make that happen ASAP. Game over. Most states are 10 acres. Only reason why Georgia make you do 12, because when you build a property on it, they take out 2 acres. You get it? But I think you might be able to squeeze it in now. It's game over. You got kids, guess what? You can employ them as soon as they get popped out. You can employ them as soon as they pop out. You ain't got to wait till they turn 14 with that agricultural land. Uh-oh. Nobody hears this stuff, y'all. Think. This is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing, y'all. This is why I'm going to continue saying and doing the stuff I do on these lives, y'all. This stuff is unmatched. You telling me to go and day trade, do some crypto, go buy some box trucks, go do all these different things. And I'm telling you, doing what I'm talking about for the next 10 years, from coming from paycheck to paycheck. Now, if you got bread, it ain't going to take you that long. But if you ain't got no money, you debt broke. You ain't got no savings. Your credit jacked up. You're barely able to make your bills meet. If you do this process for the next 10 years, it's game over. That means you ain't even been on my live for a whole year. What this? I've been going live now for almost 65 weeks straight. I want y'all to put this in perspective. And I'm not going to get off of this because I really want this to click right now. Let's say you can't put it in conservation. It don't matter. It's not the end of the world. Don't go out and try to become a farmer. I don't know how much money you're working with. It's irrelevant. You probably put money into a policy. You got a little money coming in here and there. Your credit probably good. Nothing stops you from going to get a construction loan and start building properties on them. At this point, nothing stops you from not waiting 10 years to start your process of putting a modern duplex on every half an acre of that 11 acres that you own. Uh-oh. Nothing stops that. Now, you ain't going to be probably getting $2,500 depending on where it's at. But let's just say you're getting $1,000 a month for rent. And I know you're going to get more than that. But let's call it $1,000. You got your modern duplex, $1,000 a month. It ain't going to take you $200,000. You're not building them immaculate properly. You're building just a small little duplex. 2,200 square foot. Might cost you $160,000 to build it. Sounds like a lot. Your credit good. Get that construction loan. Make that happen. Build it out. Put them tenants in. It is $1,000. This is new construction. I'm gonna make you pay me $1,500 on this side and $1,500 on that side. It cost me $150. It's worth $300. I can get $240 out of it. That means I'm getting $90,000 back tax free. Uh-oh. What's the mortgage on I don't know, $240,000 these days. Around $1,200. Probably more than that. $1,500. I don't know what the number is. Y'all give me the number. I ain't never done that, man, before. 1,500, 1,600. $1,500 a month. Whatever it is, one of your tenants paying it. The other 1,500 is free and clear until you get your return on capital, boys and girls. So now I got this night, call it 2,000. 1,900, 1,900 on one side, 1,900 on the other. One of your tenants paying it. Now you're getting this other 1,900 free and clear until you get that what? Come on, y'all. Think about what I'm saying. So now I got this $240,000 back. My $150 I built on it. So that loan getting paid off for $150, plus a little bit of interest. Call it another $10,000. Who cares? 6 months. I got $80,000 tax free, plus an extra $1,900 a month. What I'm gonna do after that? I bought 11 acres, y'all. Just say I'm only doing it on 10. I got 10 acres. I took a half an acres. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna do it 19 more times. So every time I do this, guess what I'm getting, y'all? I'm getting an extra $80,000 tax-free, plus $1,900 every single time. What's 80 times 20? Anybody want to take a stab? $1.6 million off of the 11 acres you just bought. $1.6 million tax-free off the 11 acres you just bought. What's 1,900 times 20? Anybody want to guess? 1,900 times 20. Anybody want to take a stab at it? $38,000 a month on top of the $1.6 million. $38,000 a month on top of the $1.6 million. That's off of the 11 acres you just bought. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You ain't making this on no job, y'all. You ain't making this doing crypto. You ain't making this stuff doing day trading. It ain't happening. Think about that. If I'm getting an extra 80 grand every time I do this one process, build this modern duplex, go to the next half acre, build that modern duplex, go to the next acre. What? What are we talking about? Now, I know what people are saying. You're talking about best case scenario. Am I? Am I? I'm actually talking about the worst case scenario. Because the one thing we know about land is going up in value, right? So if I'm building properties on this land, we know that value going up, right? Think. What's up, family? How you feeling? Over here on IG. Appreciate you. But nobody hears this stuff, y'all. No one hears this. And this is why I'm saying, don't be distracted by people telling you to do something that they haven't done themselves. Don't be distracted from people advising you to do things when they don't have to live with the results. I know, family. Just don't. There's no need. Forget what I'm saying to you. Go do the research, y'all. Just go and do it. Where do you get the money to buy those 11 acres? I don't know where he got the money to buy his 11 acres. Closing was dope. So that property is a short-term deal that we did for the 1,157 acres of land that we purchased yesterday. it's hunting land, and it's a dope situation. Like I said, it changed my perspective a little bit on different things because I've been trying to look at hunting land for a long time, and I just never had the opportunity to present itself the way it presented itself with this one deal. But it's pretty dope. What are the pros? Well, when animals come on your land, you own it. So when the animals come on your land, you own the animal. That's a pro. Uh-oh. Normally, when people go out to hunt, they hunt in packs, right? It costs people really to hunt, depending on what they're hunting, about $250 per person on average to come hunting. So you got a pack of 10 people to come and hunt, right? 10 times $250, you're talking about what, $2,500 for a group to come out and hunt? You know how many groups of people go out there to hunt? On 1,100 plus acres of land? Uh-oh. Tons of people, right? Even when they catch whatever they catch, they have to go get that joint weighed. And they got to pay for the animal because it belongs to you. Uh-oh. Sometimes that land has timber on it, pine trees. You can section a portion of that land off. Say out of the 1,157 acres of land, you take 100 acres and you just say, you know what? I'm going to just do some small fry stuff right now. It's timber. The timber company will pay you $4,000 an acre to come and cut that timber. So I'll take 100 acres of this 1,157 acres and go on and get what, 400 grand? Just like that. Uh-oh. No one hears this stuff. But this is where the rubber meets the road. Yeah, I'm not sure how much you pay for the 11 acres. It's a scary thought. Yeah, I don't know who that is, family. It's a scary thought, y'all. Anybody can do this stuff, y'all. 17. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. That ain't right. Did you say what I think you just said? You paid $17,000 for 11 acres of land? Oh, oh, oh. Game over. Game over. Hi, family. Game. I don't think nobody just saw that. Somebody break out their Palm Pilot real quick for me. Maybe I ain't understand it. Uh-oh. Maybe I ain't understand what they said. 11 acres for $17,000? Game over. Game over. You saying, seriously? Let me give you an example, family. What state do you live in? There are places where you can go get an acre of land for $500 right now. He said, Texas? You in Maryland? 100%. Average across America per acre of land is $5,000 or less. $5,000 or less. I don't see the young lady in here that was out in Oklahoma that paid $550 for 1.5 acres of land. No one hears this. That's right. It's $1,545 per acre. You stay in California? We saw some land out in California. I think it was $5,600 for 41 acres in California. Listen, the only reason why people think land is expensive because you're trying to buy in the city. You don't own no land in the city right now anyway. Not even close. But if you go 35 to 45 minutes out from the major city, I guarantee you can get land what we would call pennies on the dollar. I mean, you probably should. You probably definitely should. You don't have to, but you probably should. At the very least, that you probably should. You said not in Maryland? Okay. My people that's over here on YouTube and Facebook, we about to get ready to shut down because I got to get ready to roll. But if you want to join the after party, join me on my other platforms at Zabo103. I'm going to end over there. Over here, I'm going to give this last 15 minutes over here, and I'm going to show y'all something for my non-believers. Peace, y'all.